Welcome back to another episode of Sailing SV CUBA. If you've been following our story, you know that we're currently limping our way to Puerto Rico after we had to call a pan-pan. It's been 10 hours since we finally reached the protected anchorage in Cabo Rojo, thinking that from here on the worst would be over. When the wave hit, when I came in, the sofa was drenched and it must have gone underneath here where we keep our inverter.
This was on and then that caught fire.
It wasn't burning yet, but it smelled real bad. And that was connected to this power bank that we have.
I'm taking the power bank and the inverter apart. Well, need to take them off from here because yeah, they're drenched.
Ooh. Ooh.
When I called the Coast Guard and I called a pan-pan, it was because this was burning, obviously, and water in the boat, and I honestly saw it was the lithium. I mean, this is lithium, but it was the plug itself, so it's just not the actual lithium. Scary, man.
Oh my god, matters are getting worse. We basically fell asleep yesterday when we arrived back because we haven't slept in days, and then we forgot to turn the anchor alarm on. The anchor dislodged and we'd run aground on the anchorage. The rudder is stuck! Sorry for the shaky footage in advance, guys. This is literally the only camera we got left that didn't get drenched. In 5 years we never forgot to set our anchor alarm, but after not sleeping for over 24 hours, a full day of rushing around to sort our emergency visa with the authorities, and trying to rescue our electronics, we basically dropped dead. Luckily, a kind neighbor came around to help us and pull us off with his dinghy. We didn't know he wasn't wearing the kill switch of his outboard. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh shit! Oh no! He's okay, oh god! Accidentally slipped off and the dinghy went over him 2 times before Enrique pulled the painter and the engine lifted. Now we don't have more footage after this, but fortunately nothing happened to him and we did get CUBA floating again. Good morning through the port light.
So today we're going to remove all of this adhesive that was here originally from Veneto, and then we're going to be trying to put everything in place. The problem that we have is that when we put the port light and we put it with the 4200, the adhesive, we don't want it to move. We don't have anything to hold it here. So we're going to invent something with a couple of pieces of wood and a hot glue gun just to keep it in place while we glue it.
It's only been a bit more than 24 hours since we arrived here in Puerto Rico after calling our pan-pan. We're still without the acrylic of our port light, which fell out when we were crossing the La Mona channel. We came here to the other side of the bay where we are anchored with our friend Freddy, and he's been now helping us for the entire day basically to find a piece of acrylic somewhere on the island, and we're just smiling all along because yeah, it feels so nice to be welcomed. Oh, hello. Hello. They have this amazing place here right by the bay with everything that they found on the beach, and it's like a museum. This is actually Freddy's brother Iki's house, and together the two have been collecting everything you see here since they were kids. Like us, they love curiosities and all things maritime. And if you've seen The Goonies or the movie Fool's Gold, you could mistake this place as part of a film set. An open-air workshop overlooking the bay, a pier with a little boat in the backyard. It's like something straight out of the series Flipper. And after a few days of searching around, we finally found the right thickness of acrylic with a company called Innovation Design. Now that we had the acrylic, we went back to our friends because we still needed to cut it into shape. In the meantime, we created a template out of an old Croatian paper chart that came with the boat. Much like our experience coming to Puerto Rico, this chart has now transformed into something completely different. Something unplanned and unforeseen. And this is what I love about this journey. We arrived here at a low point, scared, exhausted, and our boat was broken. Yet, without this experience, we may have never met the wonderful people we know today and who will forever be part of our lives. And whenever we look back, or rather through our port light, it will not be the accident that we remember, but the friends that we made along the way.
Enrique and Freddy helped us so much, man. They're really people like family, man.
Muchísimas gracias. Ay. The last step was to shape the edge with a 45-degree routing blade to help with wind and wave deflection.
Perfect, man. I could not tell from the original. You get so much stuff in there. And I go, bro, I don't even know if you can see it.
You look like you're a toddler in that picture.
Yeah. So this is done now. The routing looked very good, man. You could pretty much mistake it for an original window. So the problem that we have now is that we have to stick it to the side of the boat, and it's not like a screw-in port light or anything. This is just with adhesive. There's few ways of doing this. One is with probably Sikaflex, the other one was a 3M 4200, or there is something that is even better, and I believe that's what's in the window at the moment, and it's a 3M double-sided tape, and I think it's a 5942. I'm not sure. I may correct it down here in the description if it's not 5942, but it's a high bonding tape. It's a BHB. It's a very high bonding tape. Put it in the hole. You glue it, the tape.
That's what's in there right now.
And then you just stick the window in there. And once you stick it, you cannot even rebed it. It's like a one-off. Once you put it in there, it's done. It's finished. If you made a mistake, you gotta take it out because it's so strong that it just instantly glues to the acrylic. But
right. It's very specific, so
I don't know if we can get that in here, man. I mean, it's from 3M, but yeah.
Yeah.
I made a couple of calls today and said, people coming back and say, oh, Gorilla tape. It's not Gorilla tape. It's very specific. It's not Gorilla tape.
Scotch tape.
We've been keeping this with the plastic so we don't get water in. And voila. Oh, wow. Look at Benetton. What a beautiful job they do.
Wow.
That's not a professional mountain job from Benetton, man. Well, I know it's a trim, it's fine, you don't see it, but they could have made it nicer.
So instead of the VHB tape from 3M, which we can't find on the island, and which would make it so much easier to stick this on because it would be held in place instantly, we're using 4200 from 3M, but it has a curing time. So we have to find a way to hold it in place while it dries. And we only got 4 hands, and the hull is flush, so there's nothing holding it from the outside. Now Enrique has already marked the frame, so this is the area that will be visible, and this is actually the area that can be glued. So what we are trying to do is attach wooden blocks on the inside of the acrylic to essentially hold it from the inside in place and put slight pressure on it, because the last thing we want is that there's any kind of gap and we're gonna have a leak in the end after doing all of this.
The idea is to cut like maybe 4 pieces of wood and put it right on the edge here on the inside. Okay, so when we put the window in, we can glue this piece of wood to the outside frame and then hold it in place with a hot glue gun. The most important part is that when we put the adhesive and we fit it into the hole, that we don't start moving it around trying to reset it. That's a bad combination for creating a good seal, because otherwise you create pressure in one side and then slides on the other side, and then the 4200 will go all over the place, and you may not get a really nice watertight seal in there. So the idea is that we put the adhesive and we stick it in and we fix it from the inside, and that's it. We don't move it until it's cured.
But still, before that, we have to clean all of this area.
I don't care if they say that I'm a bad girl, 'cause I gotta do, oh I gotta do, yeah, what I feel like. Well, I don't care if you think that I'm a bad, bad girl. I just wanna do what I wanna do to feel my desires. I'm feeling like no, 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 but I'm thinking like go, 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 go. I know what I want, I see what I want, I just gotta do, I'm feeling like no, 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 but I'm thinking like go, 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 go. You know what you want, you see what you want, what you gonna do, now. I don't care if they say that I'm a bad girl, 'cause I gotta do, oh I gotta do, yeah, what I feel like. Well, I don't care if you think that I'm a bad, bad girl. I just wanna do.
You can see actually where it hits the boat. Look, it hit it there. It hit the window right here. That's what it broke the fiberglass. It cracked here. The gel coat is okay. It's not really a major thing. And it hit here as well. So whatever was in the water obviously hits in here, 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 and here. So you can see that kind of cracked the gel coat, but it's not really nothing major. When I take the boat out of the water, I'll grind that with a Dremel and I'll fix it. What are the odds? When we bought this boat, we actually talked about it and we say, oh, you know, I'm really fan of these windows. Imagine one day you're sailing and there's something floating in the water and then just bang the window and break the window. If I would have played the lottery, I wouldn't be that lucky.
Solo un rayo del sol cambia el tiempo en el reloj. Hoy mis deudas reciben perdón. Pago por el show. Trata de festejar, celebramos el bienestar. Tantas estrellas brillan, quiero un carro que corra más. Nada me rompe, no, no, nada me rompe.
It says on 3M that in order to glue 4200 to acrylic, it's better that if you give it a light sand between 180 and 200 grit. So I'm just giving it, I just mask everything and then I'm just giving it a quick sand. And then after that I'm going to clean it with acetone, because we cannot use alcohol. Because alcohol will leave a residue that it will inhibit the bonding of 4200. So that's something I just figured out when I was reading the instruction how to use 4200.
Nice.
Now it looks good.
For the adhesive, we have a working time of about 15 minutes, so I'm gonna put the timer on, because in this heat and humidity, it will probably cure faster. Now time is ticking, and we really don't want to mess this one up, because not only is 4200 pretty pricey stuff, it's also a real pain if you have to remove it from any surface. So after thoroughly spreading it around the acrylic, we still had to add some onto the hole. And just with our luck, there were some kids driving around their jet skis behind our boat, adding to the adrenaline. And then while I place and hold the acrylic from the outside, Enrique will secure it with wooden blocks and hot glue from the inside. And once everything is dry, we will remove the wooden blocks, clean all the old adhesive from Beneteau, and put the white beauty trim back in. But that will have to wait for another day. It's done! We got the window fitted, it didn't fall in the water, and we added some extra 40-200 around just to be super safe. We're gonna cut the excess off once it's dried, but we have to wait at least 24 hours, and that's when we're gonna take the protective film from the actual acrylic as well. Everybody on the island has been so amazing helping us. We found friends and family here, and all of this accident is already kind of in the past, and we're super happy that we made this stop here for the people that we met.
Maybe.